You seem to still be up there somewhere.
Maybe I am. There are flying saucers.
Supposing they're Martians or something in there.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Weird Wednesday. I'm SubmitWeird, and this is...
Cassie.
Cassie, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was just as great as the rest of the shit week, so...
Wonderful.
It was a horrible week. I'm glad the week is over. And, yeah, let me just start off new this week, and hopefully it's better.
Yeah, I see that you've been preparing for this, show that's coming up that you got in
Oh
August.
my god, thank god you said that, because I need to plug this, just because, this is the one show, this is, everybody says Mothman's, their Super Bowl, this is my Super Bowl.
Okay.
Let me plug this show, okay? I wrote it all down, because I wanted to get it good out there.
Okay.
Haunted Garage Sale, August 1st. This is the 11th or 12th year. It was at the Crusher Stadium. Got way too big for the Crusher Stadium. Traffic was lined for hours on 90. It was just a mess, but tons of people. But we had to turn tons of people away because there was no parking. So now it's going to be at the Ross Expo Center. That's at the Lorain County Fairgrounds in Wellington. Huge, brand new building, air conditioned. Doesn't matter how hot it is. We'll all be inside. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Short show, but you'll spend money for sure, not a doubt. There's a band, food trucks. They're doing a hearse cruising. There were so many hearses last year, and they're all phenomenal. They have the Green Goblin Head Museum is going to be there.
What?
Take pictures with the Scooby-Doo van, the Supernatural Chevy Impala, and the Black Phone van. The local celebrities, they're doing local celebrities this year instead of a main movie crew or actor. So they're going to have Jim Harold's going to be there from Jim Harold's Campfire. The Mummy and the Monkey. And then Joseph Vargo, which I didn't know who Joseph Vargo was until I found out what he did. And he's an author, and he writes the music that you hear in the haunted attractions and theme parks around the world.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a huge event. I have lots and lots. I took my inventory from taking 2 crates of stuff. I think I'm on 5 now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I'm still going. I'm drawing right now.
I might, Will, can we go to this? Can we check this out?
It's honestly, it's amazing.
Yeah, I want to go to that. I want to see the hearses.
And they have, I think they're going to have actors walking around, horror actors walking around to scare people and stuff.
Wow.
That's what they did at the one, because the Cleveland Haunt Club puts it on. And the Cleveland Haunt Club is the one that did the halfway to Halloween market, haunted flea market in May when I went in Medina. And they had scare actors walking around the whole time.
Shit. Yeah, we might check that out for sure. When is it?
August 1st.
August 1st. It's coming. Mark
It
your
is.
calendars.
This is where my anxiety comes in, and I start being a complete bitch to everybody around me.
During the big event?
Yeah, because in my head I'm in work mode and stressing. Because I do them all by myself, and that's
Yeah.
when you can't walk away at all. Last year at the Crusher Stadium, I think we were outside and it was hot, and I think I drank 9 bottles of water and was so dehydrated I didn't have to go to the bathroom the whole time. So I didn't have to walk away until I ran out of water and had to go stand in line for 45 minutes to get a freaking water, and had to, thank God gyms were next to me and Jimbo watched my booth.
Aw. Well, if me and Will show up, you can borrow him. Listen, you'll walk out of there with nothing if you got Will working your table.
That's what happened last year. I walked out with 4 paintings left.
Yeah, he'll have it all gone by midday. It's crazy. Man's magic. I don't get it.
It's a little hike for you guys, but it'll be worth it.
He's the one that drives, so we're not worried about it. So maybe we'll see. I don't know, but you guys should definitely show up at minimum and come see Cassie, and maybe I'll be there. We'll see.
Right, and I got books. I know Asher had a good weekend and is out, but I got books still.
Yeah, I did, man. Let me tell you, it was wild. So obviously, I went to the Dayton UFO conference, and here in technically it's Fairborn, but Man, it was such a good time. It really was. Um, everybody that was there, and even like Will and Kim, they both went to Frogman Festival. They had never really been to something, like quite like that before. And they definitely noticed the difference. Everybody that showed up to the Dayton UFO conference, like they're there to learn. Listen, and I'm not shitting on Frogman at all. That's my event of the year, and it still is my favorite event of the year. But every single person that was there, like they weren't there for like the whimsy of this magical frog creature, right? They were there to be educated about the topics, and it was really nice. It was really nice to talk to people who were semi educated about the topics and not feel like that I had to kind of hand feed everything to everybody, right? That
And
was
let's be like honest, like we're not all worried about the day that Frogman comes and we all die because of him. Like
very true. Yeah, very true.
he's not going to slaughter us all.
Point. Yeah. Well, he might. I don't know. He's so certainly try with his wand. But no, it was good, and it was kind of a strange topic because some of the other speakers there were talking about UFO disclosure and UFOs, and here I brought Mothman, and I think some people were a little confused by that because they weren't necessarily educated on the topic, but they were there to learn, and once I kind of got through the talk, they were like, I had no idea there was that much to it. Most people don't, right? That
Right.
aren't me.
Oh, you're special.
And it was rough, man. Let me tell you, it was hard. They only gave me a 45-minute slot. I don't know why, but everybody else got an hour, and I got 45 minutes. But okay, whatever. But I clocked it right at like 43, right? So there was no room for questions.
Oh, that's big for you.
Yeah, it was like I did not. I mean, well, it's a big topic, and it is one of the hardest. I had posted on social media. It's been a long time since I've done the Mothman presentation. Mostly, it's because it's huge.
Right.
It's very hard, and sometimes, I have like an actual presentation with it, which is so rare because I don't do those normally. Right? People know I've kind of moved away from them. But even the actual presentation, a lot of it is off script. It's just me going off of my knowledge and what I know. And so I'm always like, am I all over the place? Are people understanding what I'm saying to them? Do they get it really? But tons of compliments. People kept coming up to me. Oh, I really love that presentation. Some people told us some interesting stories. There was one guy who told a story about how when he was about 4 years old, him and his family were leaving to go visit family. And in order for them to get to said family, well, they had to cross the Silver Bridge to get there. And they were looking all over the place. They couldn't find his shoes. Dad was getting agitated. So they just said, fuck it, hop in the car. We're going to go to the store and buy you a pair. So they did. They go and buy him a pair, and they get on the road. And as they're on the road, they hit backed up traffic and had no clue what was going on. After sitting in the traffic for hours, they turned around and went home. Well, the bridge had collapsed. And, he kind of interpreted that as, if they had been able to find his shoes and they had left on time, then they would have been on that bridge. Well, what's
Right.
crazy is that they got home and his shoes were right there, right where they always were.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I'm like, it's interesting because that in and of itself, like, is part of the phenomena as a whole. Like, everything happens for a reason, and trying to explain that to people who have no clue what I'm talking about can be tough. But people, I think people got the message loud and clear. Tons of other stories. Other people had winged humanoid sightings and things of that nature. But this one guy comes up bright and early. I mean, within like an hour of the festival, and he's got this like case with him, like a hard shell case. And I walk up and he's at my table. I had walked away and I came back and here he is. And everybody's like, he has an artifact. I'm like, okay. And, he starts telling me about how his friend has been digging up basically alien artifacts in the Mexico desert and opens up the case. And sure enough, the guy has what appears to be like a UFO carved out of stone.
Okay.
and it has like markings and shit all over it. And like, we talked about like Kecksburg, and it's like a classic flying saucer shape, but like had those like markings on the outside like Kecksburg did.
Mhm.
And then he also had a ring, and the ring depicts like weird. He says he thinks it's made out of bone, but he's not sure. But it like depicts like little alien dudes potentially. And he had gotten it, like I said, from this guy. He says his friend that digs up stuff in Mexico, and is interested. He's only had it for about a week, and he's interested in getting it carbon dated.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. It actually turns out it was really funny because he's like, yeah, my friend, she's gonna be here soon. She actually knows you. She listens to the show, so she'll, but I told her when she showed up, and I was like, oh, who? And he said her name's Jessica, and I was like, oh my god, she pierced my lip. I know who that is. When I was in high school, right in her bedroom.
Okay.
So it was just such a small world type of situation that like we all kind of knew each other. And so I'm excited. I told him I'm 1,000% on board. He said that he's tried to reach out to organizations and stuff, and he said he took it up to the Boonshoft Museum, which is a science museum here locally, and they didn't want anything to do with it. But I'm like, well, we can crowdfund like to get lab testing for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that's what we got to do, like we'll start up a crowdfund, and I know you guys would be interested in seeing more information about this thing. I'm skeptical of it. I'm not gonna lie, I am. It looked a little too fresh to be an ancient artifact. His relationship with the guy is a little suspicious, but he doesn't actually know the guy personally. He came across his Instagram, and the guy's digging all this shit out of the ground, and there's videos of him digging shit out of the ground. But in this day and age, you really can't be too sure.
It's not Josh Gates, is it?
It's not.
Damn it.
It is. No, it's not. But the guy's Instagram, he doesn't have like thousands of followers even.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a huge account or anything. So I don't know. It seems weird. It's like one of those things that's like almost too good to be true.
Right.
But he wants to know. He wants answers, right? Is this legitimate? Or not? And if it is, what does that mean? So, like I said, I'm interested to see kind of where this goes forward. He did send me a bunch of pictures of it, and I could have taken pictures, but I got to hold it.
Right.
I got to hold it. It was pretty neat. So, yeah, it was a really good time. I met people that I had never met before. Sherwin was there.
Really?
Sherwin was there. I was so shy. And I didn't know that, I was telling you before we recorded, the people there that I didn't know were vending that, I knew. And Sherwin was one of them. He shows up at the table, and I thought he was just there for, like, moral support.
Right.
But no, he was there to make money, and that's fine, too.
Okay.
But
Sherwin's everywhere. When I say everywhere, Sherwin is everywhere.
He is literally everywhere. It's really insane.
You like if there is anybody that I thought there was clones of, it's freaking Sherwin.
There probably are multiple Sherwins in the world, and that's his secret, I think.
Right.
Is
I mean, good for him. I wouldn't tell anybody either. I just keep showing up to places.
And you're literally one day is going to get caught. Like, what do you mean Sherwin was here? Because Sherwin was here that same time.
Right.
No, he is. He's everywhere. He definitely has the Ohio, in his pocket, and for good reason. That he's a damn good artist. So, just always happy to see Sherwin doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Sherwin was there. What else? Anything else? I sold out of all my books, all of them. They sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm not sad about that. Some of you are probably here because of the event. It's probably your first time listening to the show, so I'll apologize a little bit in advance. Kind of. But you were there at my talk. You know how it goes. I think people are just always fascinated by that. I think that what I bring to the table, not to brag, but I think that what I bring to the table is a unique experience. I'm not afraid to be silly and sassy and loud and fun. And, that's the appeal. And I think I get it.
Right.
So I haven't really gone to too many, sometimes I feel like some of my jokes didn't land, but then again, like, I can't hear the audience.
Right.
Like, especially in a room like that, it was a big audience, and when I'm talking, especially in the microphone, I'm like, God, this is a little loud. I can only hear myself. So it might not have been that my jokes didn't land, but it could have just been that I didn't notice if they landed or not because I was so nervous. So
No, I get it. I would not want to be a speaker like you guys.
oh gosh, it is rough. I wasn't like the kid that participated in class ever. Like that was my worst fucking nightmare. Don't call on me to read. Like I can't do it. And I just never in my entire life would have dreamed that I'd be on a stage in front of 400 people, like talking to them. That's
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy to me, so.
You know me, I don't give a shit. Like I'll talk to anybody, say whatever. Don't put me on stage in front of, like, I'll turn so red. I'll still do it. But my face will be a different color than what you're usually used to seeing.
Normally I forget to breathe. And sometimes I don't know what happens when I get on the stage. I just become a different person, and especially like I was telling you how there was a meet and greet the night before, and even like talking to those people, I'm a different person. I'm performing.
Right.
And so, but when I get on the stage and like I'll start talking real fast and I'll forget to breathe, but I can like turn it into a joke.
Yeah, like I've done several, like came out and did like AA meetings and stuff where I gotta tell my whole story, and I mean I can tell a room full of strangers like everything dumb and stupid I've ever done in my past on drinking and drugs, but man, like, please don't ask me to talk in front of anybody now about stuff that's not about my stupid life.
Yeah, I think it just depends on, your, first of all, your confidence level and, just in general. And like I said, I don't know. I don't know how
can make fun of myself like nobody else, like, and I'm fine with that. But when it comes to talking about something else and I've got to worry about all these people in the world and all their feelings and stuff, and I don't want anybody to have opinion, like, stay away from me.
I know. I was telling the artifact guy, that's what I keep calling him. His name's LJ, but I was telling him, I was like, it'll be interesting because there's a lot of old people there. There was. It's a lot of old people at this event. And I'm like, and I cuss and stuff on stage. So they're going to be upset. And so when I got done, he's like, did you cuss? I was like, I said hell and damn like nobody's business. Yep. And I did. I wasn't brave enough to use the F-bomb. But yeah, so when I start not being able to breathe, I'm always like, hold on, I'm forgetting to breathe. And then I'll like move the microphone away and I'll dramatically breathe real heavy. But honestly, it's helping me.
Right. No, I get it.
Or I'll start sweating and I'm like, sorry, I'm real sweaty. I'll just point it out, Then it takes away the embarrassment, I guess, if I call it out. I don't know. Like, it's weird. But anyway, no, it went really well. And, people they loved it, man. People loved it. They were all about it. Standing ovation. It was wonderful. And, it always makes me feel strange but proud that I can be one of those people that make people feel some type of way, right? So
oh yeah,
it's good. It's a good feeling.
Sure.
But that's pretty much it. That was the highlight of my.
I got to go through this list. I actually watched movies this weekend, and I'm not gonna lie, I've watched more movies this weekend I probably watched all year.
I did watch one movie.
Okay, you tell me what you watched.
Okay, well, I mean, I watched The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. It was canceled, but there's still so many specials that they're doing this year, and then it's over. So they did their summer special Friday night. I couldn't watch both, but I watched the first half, and it was a movie I've seen before. One of my favorites, I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, okay, I like that one.
Yep, love it. And I guess we'll talk about the commentary for a minute. I Spit on Your Grave is a rape and revenge film. And let me tell you, the rape in that scene is brutal and repeated. Like, it is multiple times over and over again. So Joe Bob, he gives commentary in between the film. And, a lot of people think that stuff like that shouldn't exist. And, you're just wrong. Like, I'm sorry. As somebody who's a victim, you're incorrect. Now, granted, I get why there's people that don't want to watch it, especially victims. It can be very triggering. But, the reality is that for some of us, while it's triggering for you, it's validating for us.
Right.
And we're able to kind of live out this fantasy, right, that we can't, not rape fantasy, but the revenge part of it, right? That's what makes it
Mhm.
so impactful. And so did they have to rape to excess in the film? I guess not necessarily, but let me tell you, by the time it gets to the revenge part, you're fucking ready for it. Like, you were hyped.
Well, on the other part of the spectrum, like somebody that didn't go through it, like I still like every now and then, like you want to watch a movie like that just because you have to remind yourself that there are shit people in this world. And you can't trust everybody. And that's like I try to be nice and I try to do the best for everybody and trust. Like I got to remind myself I can't do that.
Right, you're gonna end up like Jennifer Hills and I Spit on Your Grave.
No, not necessarily. That's not what I meant. But
well, no, exactly. And Joe Bob makes a wonderful point, and I agree with it. Horror movie is supposed. The horror movies are supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. Like that's
Right.
kind of the point of it, right? Is to have this experience that makes you feel on the edge of your seat. And what's more horrifying than real life horror?
Exactly.
If
People
you
are
felt,
the worst monsters.
yeah, I mean, if you felt some type of way watching that movie, that's a good thing. Like, you're supposed to feel disgusted and dirty and wrong. You're not supposed to be like, oh, I like this.
Well, and if you felt the type of way where you're like, oh, I like this, like seek help now.
Yes, right. Now you know. Right? You learn that about yourself, and you can do better.
Yeah.
And then of course then it's a warning for you also, because if you do that to people, you'll get your dick chopped off. So that's.
I mean, it's your life. Make your own choices.
But yeah, it was the original, which the remake was pretty good too. But the original, man, it's one hell of an impactful movie, and that's what I like.
I didn't even know there was a remake.
Yeah, the remake was really good too. Check that out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one. But anyway, that's what I watched. So
Okay, my list, and I'll tell you if it was good or bad. So we were talking about Wolfman last week.
yeah,
We watched Wolfman. I hated it.
hated it.
Out of all the movies I watched, that was the only one I did not like at all.
That's too bad. It looked good.
It looked really good in the previews, and when we started talking about it, I remembered the previews, and I'm like, oh shit, so I watched the trailer again. I'm like, okay, yeah, I did want to watch this. Yeah.
Not good.
Everything that was like kept you on the edge of your seat in the previews is basically what kept you on the edge of the seat in your movie, and that was it. There you go.
Good to know. All right.
Yeah, it was not what if you're looking for a werewolf movie, it's not like that's not the one that you want if you want like an original like werewolf movie.
Interesting. Okay.
I watched Bambi's Revenge.
Yes. How was that?
It was very interesting. I don't want to say it was a phenomenal movie because it was like a B movie, but it was good for what it was.
It's a good B movie.
Like the deer, very unrealistic,
Okay.
monster type B movie deer.
Good.
Perfect. Like it was good. It was it was definitely worth watching once at least.
Okay. I definitely want to check that out. That's right up my alley. Goofy shit. Maybe we'll do that not this month, but next month for the Patreon.
Right.
We'll see.
I watched Imaginary.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. What did you think of that one?
I liked it.
It was good. It was I took Maylee to go see it when it came out, and she was definitely not a lot younger, but she was younger, and I think it's a great family horror movie.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Because like nothing like bad happens to where kids can't watch it. Like
Yeah.
it was a good movie.
That twist.
The twist kinda at the end.
Yeah. That was good.
You know what I'm talking about? Like that got me.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see that coming at all.
No. It was a really good movie.
Yeah. Very good. Very wholesome.
What else did I watch? Send Help.
Want to see that one? Haven't seen it
Phenomenal.
yet. Ah, man, that's what I hear.
Great fucking movie. Like,
Definitely want to check that out.
and it had like a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, okay. And that holds true.
It was good. I was not expecting the ending. And it's another one of those issues. You're just like, what?
All right. Send Help. Yeah, that's on my list.
You got to get through the first 5 minutes though, because you know those movies where like the main character is acting so awkward and embarrassing in public that you're even like, I don't even want to watch this. Like you have to get through that first 5 minutes because she's an odd character.
Okay.
When she's like not like plane crashed and stuff. Like she's an odd character. And then the last one that I just watched today, the first Ready or Not.
Wait, what did you say? The first what?
Ready or Not.
Oh, how'd you like that?
Still is super good. It was awesome.
I haven't seen it.
I'm going to watch the second one.
Yeah, I know there's the second one out already, but I haven't seen that one either. So,
like, I was impressed with the movies that I watched this week, except for Wolfman. I did not like that at all.
Yeah, you watched a lot of movies.
Yeah, I know. I never watch movies.
All right, that's not bad.
I was like, well, I got my like subscriptions, you know, and they're about to end, so I'm like, okay, I gotta watch these.
Gotta load up.
Well, no, I think I have Disney for another month because I bought a card that would last 2 months.
Oh, okay.
Disney and Hulu, I'm good for another month.
Oh, man. Well, good for you.
But I did want to watch that, and my Netflix ran out, which sucks. But I have it on my Netflix list for the next time I have to get it. That documentary, what is it called? Maternal Instinct. I want to watch.
Oh yeah, you gotta check that out. That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that one. Got pretty intrigued into that case for a minute. But I mean, there's more to it than what's in the documentary, like clearly. But shit's crazy, man. That's
Right.
something else. But yeah, check that out.
I definitely have it on my list for sure.
Well,
And then
speaking
next
of
week I'll let you know about Ready or Not too.
Yes, by all means.
But the first one, like, I can't imagine the second one not being good if it has the same main character in it. The first one was fucking awesome.
I feel like the talk of the town was that it was pretty good for the second one.
Okay.
So, you know.
Spirit Halloween. This is random because my chiropractor sent me a message today. Spirit Halloween has a huge Freddy Fazbear animatronic this year.
Oh.
That talks and sings, and it's $500, and I want it.
Oh my god, I kind of want it too.
Right?
I mean,
It will never go outside. It is a house decoration.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, talk about a fandom that really, turns off the whole story. But let me tell you, man, I was a part of that whole franchise as the games were coming out, playing them, theorizing on them. It was such a big deal, and it was good. It was good stuff, and it's turned into I don't know what, but I still love it. It still belongs in my heart.
See, I was never a gamer. So, like, I knew it was a game, but I didn't know anything about it. But the movies, like, I love the movies.
Yeah, the games are pretty great, and I'm convinced that, like, because I know, like, the guy who made the games, Scott Cawthon, he came out with the first game. He did not expect it to be like a huge hit, and I just feel like he didn't really know how to end it.
Okay.
But he does eventually kind of end it and wrap things up. But like each game that comes out, like even in the first game, there's like all this like hidden lore that like you wouldn't know about unless you were actively looking for it. And then it just got, as the games came out, it just became more and more intense of like all this hidden shit that you had to find. And
have you watched the second movie?
Oh, I did, and
is there going to be a third one?
Oh yeah. Have you ever watched the second one?
No, I did. The way that you were explaining the game and you didn't know how to end it, I'm like, please tell me that's not the ending and there's going to be a third one.
Well, no. I mean, there was technically 5 games in the main franchise.
Okay.
And so I don't know. They're not following the game. The movies aren't following the games at all.
Gotcha.
Like there's some things in it that's like, obviously like tied back into the games and stuff because that's what it's based on, but it's not. I mean, it's like two totally different stories.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'll watch the new movie. I'll watch it when it comes out, but I'm not liking it so far.
I just have like an opinion. If they want to make the third one even better, they need to have Josh Hutcherson in it more. That's my opinion.
That's my personal take,
I'm a huge Josh Hutcherson fan, and the amount of times that I watched Five Nights at Freddy's, both of them, like, is ridiculous for being a 38-year-old woman.
I understand somebody liking it who's not familiar. Like, I just don't like it because I'm too familiar with the games.
Right.
That's my big thing. Well, and I don't like the cliffhanger. I mean, number 2, the second movie is half of a movie.
Right. Okay.
Let's be so fucking for real, right? It doesn't end on any it doesn't really end. It just kind of leaves you hanging, and you're like, what the fuck? Why'd that happen? But then again, I guess the original Halloween was that, right? They shot him, and he wasn't there, and then it ends, and it's over.
Isn't every Halloween like that?
Not necessarily.
And
That
he
one
just comes back the next one after he dies. Like,
well, he does, but like this one was like it just abruptly ends. You're like, okay, what the fuck, and then you had to wait for the second one to come out, and and it just continues, right? Halloween 1 and 2 it's one movie, right? So I mean, that's how this one I feel like is going to be with number. They can't do like a time skip on number 3. It has to pick up right where they left off, or it's not going to make sense.
Okay,
so, that's my opinion. But
no, I see. I understand that completely. Where they have to pick up there,
right?
It's got to be like a Breaking Dawn Twilight thing, where like the last scene is the first scene in the next movie.
Yes, I would say Lord of the Rings for a better.
Okay.
For a better reference, but I don't know. I didn't watch the Twilight movies, so then I don't know. Maybe they're good.
Well, then you can't say it's a better reference.
You're right. You
can say it's a better movie for sure.
That's true.
Even without watching it, you can definitely say it's a better movie. But
well, speaking of watching things, this is kind of part of the news and kind of part of watching things. There is a Reckless Ben update.
Ooh, tell me more.
Part 3 is out in the Bricks and Minifigs saga. So where we last left off with poor Reckless Ben and the Bricks and Minifigs situation, he was under a temporary restraining order. He could not talk about Bricks and Minifigs at all. Well, that has been lifted, and
good for him.
Yep, and so now he has his freedom of speech back. Now, part 3 is not nearly as intense as part 1 or part 2. However, still just as interesting. It kind of tells the story about how they got to the temporary restraining order, and that was the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, Ammon McNeff, the evil villain with the twirled mustache. So Ben goes, while he's making part 1, and goes and talks to Eamon. He goes to Bricks and Minifigs headquarters to talk to them about these missing Legos, and it is really an interesting conversation that they have. Well, what Ammon says is that while Ben was there, Ben leaves, and he calls the police and says, they're trying to extort us. They told us that if we don't give the Legos back, they're going to burn all of our stores down. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. Ben did none of that at all. Of course he didn't. And he recorded the conversation from beginning to end.
Right.
And, sends over all of this for proof to the judge and sends it to the police. First of all, the police don't watch it. Sends it to the judge on the case. The judge admits in court that he did, in fact, not watch the footage.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it's just more, corruption through the courts and kind of how all this is going on. So it's very court heavy, now that we're entering that stage of things, because that's really where we are right now. After he releases part 3, Bricks and Minifigs puts out another statement talking about kind of what they're going to be doing going forward to be a better company when it comes to just their general practices, but still maintaining that they're still very much following through with their charges and their lawsuits against Ben and Co. Because they feel like they've been slandered, even though every single thing that Ben has said he has been able to prove with footage.
Right.
Even I think it was not the judge, but the prosecutor in the case in court, said to Ben, he's like, okay, was it like the whole conversation that was recorded? And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, well, just because it's on video doesn't necessarily mean that that's how it happened.
What?
Right. It's insane, dude. It's fucking so balls out bonkers. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. And still, this is why we need to continue to talk about this, because these people aren't learning their fucking lesson. Right? And the courts, the police, our justice system, these large corporations. I mean, I don't understand. At this point, drop the fucking lawsuits, apologize and let's move forward with, with our lives. But they're just not. I mean, Bricks and Minifigs, they're going to destroy their company with this. They have already, but I mean, they can't recover from this at all. So
didn't they learn anything? Like,
no.
Russ McCamey works at Walmart now.
Works at Walmart, and Ben was so Ben's now doing a bunch of interviews again, and he's been on different people's channels and stuff. And he was on, of course, one of my favorites, and we'll have him on the show one of these days, Papa Meat. He was on Papa Meat.
I thought you were talking about Ben. I'm like, really?
I thought Ben on too. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. But I think Papa Meat were more his humor, so I think he'd definitely do it. But anyway, so. They've asked him, like, do you think that, like, Ammon and Bricks and Minifigs, like, are they going to break? Like, are they going to crack eventually and realize that, like, they can't get away, like, they're not going to be able to get away with this? And, Ben had mentioned Russ, and he's like, with Russ, everybody insisted that, they've been trying to break him for years, and they couldn't, and they couldn't, and they couldn't. And then guess what happened at the end? Russ McCamey ate the pizza.
Right.
He ate the pizza. So that was Ben's request in part 3 to Bricks and Minifigs, because at this point, he's going to sue the ever-loving shit out of them, and he's going to win.
Yeah, but it's got to go to a different court. Like, he can't be stuck in that system.
So right before all this, all the stuff that he shows on there, that was before he had lawyers. And now he has, like, 5 lawyers.
Okay.
So he's going to win. Like, there's no doubt about it. And what he's saying basically is that, but I'll drop everything and we can move on from this if you do the chicken dance.
Mm-hmm.
If you just do the chicken dance, we can get over this. We can move on. Well, Bricks and Minifigs had posted a Lego figure of a chicken on one of their social medias. So, but they didn't do the chicken dance yet. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if they do it. But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Ben should make that offer.
It doesn't matter. Their company's gone no matter what now.
They're so fucked.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. So, anyway, so that's been what's going on in the Bricks and Minifigs saga. I'll let you know if anything new happens now that we've been covering the story for some time.
Yeah.
And then news. We can get into some news. I only have two newses this week.
I've got 4.
4 newses?
Like actual newses too.
Lord. Well, you go ahead. You start.
Okay. Do you have the other House of Horrors that popped up?
Nope.
Okay. So there was another House of Horrors in Philadelphia with a 5-year-old and an 8-month-old baby, they were rescued during an execution of a federal search warrant. The officers said the home was filled with dozens of piles of trash, feces, fleas, dozens of cats, dead animals, and at least 1 deceased dog. The smell was so overwhelming that they had to wear hazmat suits to even enter the home. The children were taken to the hospital for obvious bruises and like bug bites. Then they returned over to the protective custody. The parents, which I'm going to name the parents because they're assholes, Thomas Bach and Megan Bach, were taken into custody and are expected to face child endangering charges. So just like the Ohio House of Horrors, now there's one in Philadelphia with a lot less kids, but the same like living conditions and circumstances. Yeah. And I think a lot more are going to be popping up soon.
Oh, man.
Like I think they're on it, and I think they're on it for the wrong reasons now.
Yeah, like this has become popular now.
Yeah.
People are paying attention, and so maybe reporting more, for things like that. It is awful. The Ciders case, which I've definitely still been paying tons of attention to. There's a video now of the house.
Yeah, it's awful,
and it is really bad. And I just still don't really know how I feel about the whole thing in its entirety because. The mom, something's wrong with her, but that doesn't mean she shouldn't be held accountable to what happens because those conditions it just makes it all the more real, right? When you see them. I
think she needs to be psychologically evaluated and see like what age her mental state is at.
Yeah.
Before they like press what charges they press on her and stuff.
Well, it's just now coming out this week that she is requesting to have I think recognizant bond where she doesn't pay anything, and then also be able to see her kids, supervise, but be able to see her kids. She has also been receiving care packages from tons of people,
I believe it.
who feel bad for her, and she's requesting that they be given to her kids. Um,
Okay.
the first thing she asked about when she sat down with a lawyer is how are the kids?
Hmm.
You
Yeah, I
know,
read that, but I didn't know about the care packages.
yeah, she
I knew
really,
she was getting them just because I saw on my little ass town's Facebook page like a big post about it and how people need to send her stuff because she's a victim, like in my little town. So
yeah.
I can just imagine like what the rest of the world's like.
It's a huge story. But there's a difference between, there's severe child neglect, which is a form of abuse, but that is different from like outright abusing your kids.
Hmm.
And, the Siders case is, I think, kind of a very special circumstance, whereas like the Turpin family that a lot of people are comparing it to, those kids are fucking chained to beds.
Right.
Like they were being actively tortured, actively abused.
Hmm.
Whereas like child neglect, this case, it sounds like if the kids are taken to the hospital for like bruises and shit, well, there's probably active abuse going on there. We just don't know until all the information comes out. But it's still fucking sad. The kids are innocent in all this.
Right.
They don't deserve it either way, whether you have fucked up adults or not. I mean, you got to be a fucked up adult to let it happen, but that's the reality of it. And I hope that the states are offering up, because I haven't really seen that yet, especially not in Ohio. They're asking the governor for assistance, monetary assistance to take care of the kids. Let us donate to them.
Right. That'd be nice.
Right, open up something where we can help these kids.
I
And
mean, one of
hopefully,
them's an adult, so I
yeah,
mean, that might be easier. And then if they're like, I'm assuming they're close to the rest of the siblings since they were that close growing up, like,
yeah.
can like divvy everything up.
Well, and I think sadly, they're separating all the kids, into different homes, because who the fuck can take on 16 kids?
Right.
Nobody. And so I mean they have to go into different homes and things like that. And then the 18-year-old, I believe she can be in the system, in the foster care system, until she's 21.
Oh, really?
Yep. And
Okay.
then so, getting specialized care and things like that,
Mhm.
for adults in that kind of situation. So it is interesting. But I'm hoping that the states in general, even over there in Pennsylvania, right, with this Philadelphia
Yeah.
case, open up something for us to help the kids.
Hmm.
We want
But
to help
like,
the kids.
I'm gonna piggyback off this just because we're talking about the mom too. My second news is about the grandpa. You don't have this one, do you?
No.
Okay, so Gary Sider Sr., he was taken to the hospital the other day after a fall between like transporting. I don't know if it was transporting from jail to jail or jail to court or whatnot, but he fell during transport. And the hospital that the jail took him to said that he needed more specialized care. So as of now, he has been released and sent to a larger hospital. And the Vinton County prosecutor said if he is released from that hospital, he will have a GPS monitor on him. So he's not in custody
No. No, he's
anymore.
not currently. And they may drop the charges on the grandparents, if they're because of their poor health. Like the grandma supposedly has dementia.
Right. And like the prosecutor just said if he makes it out of the like he doesn't even know if he'll make it out.
And where the fuck is he gonna go if he does get out of the
Exactly.
hospital?
That's what I was thinking too.
He
Like
can't go back to the house.
right. That shit's condemned.
Yeah, right. You can't. No, you can't. That's
You
not.
got drones flying in and out of there.
But they have 4 other children.
Oh,
The
yeah.
the adults. Yeah, I mean,
But I don't think they talk to each other a lot, do they?
I don't think so. There's like family photos from a couple years ago with the 2 parents and their daughters.
Hmm.
Uh, but I don't know. It's such a weird situation, man. I don't know. It's pretty crazy, but I think that with the pressures of the media and stuff, I don't think the kids are gonna. I think they're gonna feel like they have to take on these parents, even if they don't want to for whatever reason.
Right.
Because what else are you gonna do with them?
Hmm.
If they're not gonna be in jail. So, such a crazy situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'll share one of my newses.
Yeah, go for it.
My news is we got a new Patreon member.
That's your news? That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nick. Thank you, Nick, for supporting us and letting us come on here and nuzzle up into your ears every Wednesday.
Right.
And giving us your hard-earned money to do so. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to make it a super special announcement
Heck yeah.
because our Patreon members are super special. So, yeah. And if
I
you want
always
to,
get excited when the Patreon app pops up on my phone. I'm like, oh,
fuck yeah,
you'll actually want to hear us.
another victim. No, it's we've been doing a lot of fun things over on the Patreon. I know we're super late with our June horror movie review. Having technical difficulties over here. That's why we need your Patreon money. I need to get a new computer.
Oh yeah, episode's been done.
Yeah, we've did it. Just we have not had the capability to get it out there, but it's coming. It should be out this week. And then we'll still do, even though you're getting technically 2 in July, we're still going to do another for July. So, patreon.com/Wednesdays talk. And then of course our meetup is the last Thursday of every month. So we'll be there for that also. But that was my news. That was one of my newses. So.
My next news, Sam Neill passed away. Do you know Sam Neill?
Dude, yes. That is so
You
fucking...
don't know Sam Neill? You might know Dr. Alan Grant of Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't know Sam Neill, you do. You just don't know his name.
And you've known Sam Neill since you were tiny. Like, you just don't know.
But I'm glad we saw him again, even though that was a terrible Jurassic World movie, in the new Jurassic World movie. Because... I guess I think that's the last movie he did then, I suppose. Last big one anyway.
Yeah.
Man, so sad. And, they said that deaths come in threes. The other big death that happened that, we're not going to get into, but Lindsey Graham passed away, then Sam Neill. Any day now, something crazy is going to happen. So be prepared. Be prepared for it.
Yeah. Which they haven't released like how he died yet or what was the cause of it. He did have stage 3 blood cancer, but he's been cancer free since he had the successful CAR T cell therapy. So that, like, he didn't have cancer at the time. That wasn't a factor. So no one really knows why. They just said it was unexpected and very sudden.
How old was he? Do you know?
I didn't write that down. He was in his 70s.
Yeah, he's an older guy. People just die. It just happens. It's just your turn sometimes. It's sad,
right?
But it is your turn sometimes. Yeah, I am looking up how old he was. It doesn't say off the rip. Why not?
Mine says I just gotta... I don't know. My phone did a stupid update thing. Yeah, 47 to 2026.
78. So, wow. Super sad. But, watch Jurassic Park. In his honor, or whatever movie you want to watch.
You know what? He looks exactly the same as he did in the first Jurassic Park.
He really does. Yeah, he's been in, tons of stuff. So definitely check that out in memory of Sam Neill. My second news coming in is just about more Project Blue Balls. We had our 4th round of government file releases. People are pretty goddamn excited about one of the videos that was released. It just,
doesn't
whatever.
Float your boat.
It's just a blob of something. It's a blob of something. And it just doesn't, it's not, maybe this is fascinating to the general public. It's not fascinating to someone like me who's seen this over and over and over again for years.
Yeah.
I'm just not really impressed with what's coming out. I'm not surprised either, about the lack of information, but, give me a bombshell.
Like, sneak something in there and don't even make note of it and just see if people, like, find it. You know what I mean? Like,
give me something good. Give me
something in there that people that, like, actually want to know will actually find.
we cover all these stories all the time that are super interesting. Like, what if something did come out that like confirmed Kecksburg and what they found?
Mhm.
Like we covered last week. I mean, that would be amazing.
Right.
But is it just because it doesn't exist? Is it just because they're not going to give up the goods? I don't know. Like I said, people are going crazy over some blurry video footage. And granted, it's interesting footage of whatever the fuck it is, but that doesn't prove anything.
It's blurry. It was a Bigfoot in the sky.
It's right, Sky Bigfoot. That's what it proves. Fucking Sky Bigfoot. So, anyway, that was my second news.
All right, my last one. 2 bodies found this week in Lake Erie. Like one was found here in Ohio off of the East 55th Street Marina. It was of Mason Thomas. He was only 5 years old. They say, and I don't know where the parents were when he said he fell in the water. They found his shoe where they heard the sound of like something falling in the water. Searched all Saturday night, had to stop the search, went to Sunday morning for a recovery mission, and they found the body over there. So his body was found on, I think it was they found it Sunday morning. His body was found.
Man.
And then on Sunday, South Rockwood, Michigan, a body found floating in the water it was found by a boater near the Banana Dikes. This was a week after a kayaker went missing in Michigan. So they've recovered the 2 bodies they were looking for in Lake Erie this weekend, which is horrible. One was 5 years old. That's awful. Yeah. Watch your kids.
Oh, God. And the water is so terrifying. You know, it really is. I mean, and people just, I don't know, dude. They just nonchalantly be like, "Oh, it's fine. Just you run around over there, and I'll be over here."
Like I know it's a lake. It's a fucking huge lake, and there are currents underneath that you don't see, and they kill people all the time in Lake Erie.
All the time. Yep, all the time. People have to be. Not that I'm blaming the parents. They're going through enough. I'm sure they're giving themselves enough of it, but still, I mean, just you have to. It's summertime again. Water is that shit will kill you, man.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be in it.
So really close. Like all these people are swimming so close to the piers. They're all rocks. Like, come on, man. Be a little smarter.
At least they found bodies that they were looking for, though, and
right.
instead of like bodies that they weren't looking for.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, that's a good thing. But God, there's probably tons of bodies in Lake Erie. Just all the Great Lakes, tons of them. You know?
I bet.
Lake Michigan or Lake Superior, one of them is like so fucking cold that like you could like freeze a body and it'd be preserved forever.
That's crazy.
It's really insane. But yeah, just be careful. Mind what you're doing out there,
And I know I'm dealing with it right now. My kids are teenagers and they live up there and they all like going with their friends to the lake, and every time I know they're there, I have to call and be like, do not get in that water.
And just stay out of there. Not even just that. When you're swimming in like natural waters, that water can be really disgusting.
Yeah.
Like and dangerous to your health. And so pay attention to like your local alerts and things, because national parks do put that information out there if body water is dangerous. Like we have different, various beaches around that are, just everybody does, right? Everybody's got various beaches around. It's not necessarily salt water, but the freshwater bodies of water are really gross and can have some really dangerous parasites. So just make sure that it's safe to swim before you go. Not that pools and water parks and shit are any better. Do you know how much piss and shit are in these pools?
Oh, I believe it.
A lot. Yeah, like
I don't want to think about it, but I know it's there.
Right. I was watching a video about it recently. They were just talking about like how many people like get in the local pool and like don't wipe properly.
Right, and then you watch people that are in the pool all day, and you're like, you haven't had to pee in like fucking 10 hours? Really?
Yeah, bullshit. You done went like 4 times, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, shower after you get out of that fucking water, please.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into, again, another hour-long news and weekend segment. Let's get into this week's topic.
Right? Let's do it. Let's do it.
This time we're talking about the pale crawler, and I was like, man, I feel like we like just covered like a creature, and we did. We did Makeli Mimbe, but this one's a lot scarier than a big old dinosaur, I think.
Oh yeah, these things are terrifying.
This is
And I think it's more terrifying for me because of like the location where I live. And I'm like, I don't want to see that when I go outside in the woods.
yeah, they probably live right near woods.
I'd probably like piss myself and just let it attack me because I wouldn't be able to move.
These things
They're
are
horrifying.
the stuff of nightmares. No, I agree. The fabled pale crawler, but there's a lot of information to go over with them, and maybe I can help ease your mind a little bit.
Probably not.
Probably not, but we're gonna try. So what is the pale crawler? Basically, it is a humanoid type creature, often not really white in color, more like a gray. Like a gray
Okay.
color.
Just a washed out color.
Yeah, they look like, speaking of Lord of the Rings, they look like Golem from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's horrifying.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a golem chasing you?
No.
Not cute.
No, I'd be very upset. I would cry.
Running through the woods like, my precious.
Yeah.
My precious.
Probably try to kick it in the face, but fail because my eyes are covered in tears and they're swollen from all the crying. So they would just eat me, I guess. But they look like a golem. They typically move on all fours. They're reportedly very fast. They're very skeletal, though. They don't really have a lot of muscle or anything to them except for kind of skin and bone. Sometimes they're described as having razor sharp teeth, a mouthful of razor sharp teeth. Sometimes they're kind of faceless. It really just depends on the encounter that we're seeing.
I don't know how you're making me feel better about this.
It's coming, I promise.
Okay. Because I didn't read anything that made me feel better.
Yeah, no, it's coming. So what's interesting about these creatures is that they seem to have exploded in popularity over the last couple of years, especially with the internet. So, starting, I would say probably about 2005, and there's a reason for it. Going forward, it kind of ebbs and flows in the general cryptid community or the paranormal community, where you have tons of people on the internet telling their encounter with this creature. So it seems to be a pretty new phenomena, to a lot of people. But I never thought I would say this about this thing just a couple years ago, but I would kind of dispute the validity of it being very fresh and new. There are stories of these pale humanoid creatures throughout history. It's just that it suffers from the same issue with, well, for instance, like Mothman, where we're calling it something else throughout time. One of the earliest accounts, some people kind of describe them akin to ghouls, like like a classic ghoul, because ghouls are kind of known to eat human flesh, hang out in graveyards, and eat dead people. And some people kind of think the physical description fits, but I do dispute that a little bit. Ghouls change and morph. They're not so much just strictly this gaunt human looking thing. They do look different depending on the culture telling the story.
Okay.
But very similar. Like I said, they do tend to hang out in like graveyards and things like that. We're going to kind of talk about, I'm definitely going to try to share some videos that I've seen that really freak me out. But another second cousin to this that I think some people are surprised about from time to time when it comes to the pale crawler and the similarities are the Wendigo. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
I said it. I said the word.
You did, and I still feel so much better about it.
Yeah, people like that when you say Wendigo. But
so ghoul and Wendigo, but it gets better.
Ghoul and Wendigo, it does. It gets better. It does. So, in different tribes, I mean, many different tribes have the Wendigo. It's not just like one people that have this one story.
Right.
They all kind of have this winter beast who turns you into a cannibalistic monster with possession. Now, depending on the tribe, that can kind of change. But a lot of people, when you picture the Wendigo, what do you picture? You picture the stag-headed thing, right? The horns and stuff like that. And as much as I honestly, I think that looks pretty sick, right? I think it looks really cool.
Right.
That's not what a Wendigo looks like. That's just something that we've kind of created and over time have morphed into looking that way. Wendigos are generally a spirit. They don't actually have a form at all until they possess the human. And when they possess the human, I mean, what it does is it creates this insatiable hunger that they can't fulfill. And so while they're eating literally everything, including their own family members, including even their own lips right off their fucking face, they're also wasting away.
Wow.
So yeah, so you end up becoming what you end up turning into instead of, having nice, plump, beautiful skin is, this terrible gaunt. You ever seen a crackhead?
Yeah.
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 You become a crackhead. Yep, that's sunken in eyes and, fucking well, that's more of a meth head, but like scratches all over yourself and
Right.
super skinny and crackhead.
So, if you want like a good example of like a Wendigo without like the skull and the horns and antlers and stuff, actually like Supernatural, the first season, the second episode does an awesome representation of a Wendigo.
Really,
Yes.
that's awesome. I've never watched Supernatural, so
And it's like goes after the family. Like I forget which one it is, but one of them gets possessed, and they go after the brother and want to eat it. But like, you know what I mean? Like it does an awesome like storytelling of the Wendigo.
interesting. Yeah, despite the name of it, Antlers was also a really good Wendigo movie.
Antlers, okay.
Antlers, yeah, because it's got the possession side, and then of course people brag about not the movie but the game Until Dawn. It does a really good depiction of the Wendigo. But yeah, I mean, again, people confuse it with like this beast, but really, you become the beast.
Right.
That's the whole thing. I mean, it's a cautionary tale, and we kind of know this now that they're not really necessarily talking about a literal spirit. It's more so a reason for you to not cannibalize your family during the winter months where you're starving to death.
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty
that
much.
makes that. I mean, that's a good story to scare people.
But where are they getting these physical descriptions from? I mean, if they hadn't seen it, right? That's kind of the argument that people make
Right.
for it. And I'm not here to tell anybody what to believe and what not to believe, but yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense to me that this is, the spirit of the Wendigo is a cautionary tale. And we still have the spirit of the Wendigo in modern times with other things. We definitely have greed that will overtake you and make you a bad person just in different ways, not necessarily an insatiable beast. So I like that kind of take on it, I suppose. But yeah, the Wendigo being one example. But another example that kind of I feel like fits this bill a lot better is the Dover Demon. Yeah. So we did a whole episode on the Dover Demon, but way back in the day. That was during the Pat O days.
Right, the bend over demon.
Bend Over Demon. He's got a first name and it's Ben. Yeah. The Bend Over Demon. Yeah, you made a comic for me for the
I did.
Dover Demon. I still have it. Yeah. It's but the Dover Demon, just to give a very brief rundown of it, April 21st, 1977, 17-year-old Bill Bartlett, I'm sorry, stated that he saw a creature about 4 feet tall with glowing orange eyes, no nose or no mouth, and a watermelon-shaped head. And, he saw this thing on the side of the road while he was driving. He actually made a sketch that's pretty famous
The
now.
watermelon shaped head gets me every time.
Watermelon shaped like a watermelon. That's how we knew to describe it. But he made this sketch, and it's a very popular sketch of it now. Everybody, if you know about the Dover Demon, that's what comes up when you Google it, right? But he wrote on the sketch, "I, Bill Bartlett, swear on a stack of Bibles that I saw this creature." So, he's not lying. He swore on a stack of Bibles.
Right.
People don't lie when they do that. But 2 other teenagers did also report seeing the same exact creature in 2 different instances. So, in the same time period, right? Like that same week and shit. The Dover Demon is really interesting. I don't know. What do you think about the Dover Demon?
That one, I don't believe in the Dover Demon at all.
Really?
And I think, there could be something to it, but in my head, like, I've just made fun of it so much with that whole Pat O thing and the bend over demon. Like,
Demon?
Like, I can't. Please don't be real, because I will laugh in your face.
My delivery on that was so solid. I was like, it's got a first name, and Pat's like, "What is it?" And I was like, "It's Ben." You walked right into it.
Yep.
That was good. One of the highlights of on Wednesdays we talk weird. I don't think you got it at first. I think I had to explain it. The bend over.
You did. You had to explain it.
Oh gosh, that's so funny.
I think you had to say it slowly, like Ben Dover Demon.
Dover Demon. Yeah, it is a really interesting story.
I just sent you a picture of the supernatural Wendigo.
Look at that guy. Oh yeah, that is a great depiction.
Yeah.
That it really is. It's it's just got all the markers, and that's pretty much what these creatures that we're talking about are, look like. But yeah, I don't know. I dig the Dover Demon story. I think they all saw something. I don't know what. There's some people that theorize it could have been a baby moose.
With the watermelon head?
Yeah, with the watermelon head. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't necessarily.
This is Pantene, but I got watermelon to keep me clean.
Yeah, I don't agree it was a baby moose. I don't think it was. I don't think it was that. But I don't know what it was. Some people say it was a gray alien, maybe.
Okay, I can see that.
But it was on all 4s. So, which I guess grays could do that too. I don't know.
Yeah, if they wanted to look super fucking creepy.
And they probably do. They're gray aliens. Why not? I don't know. I can't tell you what it is that they saw, but when I look at these pale crawler encounters, isn't that what they're describing that they saw?
Pretty much.
As the Dover Demon. So, and that's the 70s. This was definitely way before the internet. But people often take issue with the pale crawler stories. And it's because, again, they really didn't explode until the internet became a thing. And very specifically, there's another name that people like to call this thing.
And I hate this.
We're not going to get into that quite yet.
Okay.
Because there's two different parts of this. I will first tell you, another name that people call this thing is a skinwalker.
I can see that.
But I'm going to tell you, but do you know why it's not a skinwalker?
I don't know why it's not a skinwalker.
So we'll give a crash course on skinwalkers.
You said that
Skinwalkers.
too. Man, you are so cursed in this episode.
I know. I've said it multiple times. The skinwalker.
And the Wendigo.
And the Wendigo and the skinwalker. I did that one time. I was hanging out with somebody at the bar, and we were talking about skinwalkers, and I was like, people say you can't say the name, and then I screamed the name.
And you're still here.
You're still here. Nothing happened. But there's a reason for that too, and I'll explain why. So skinwalkers are very specific to the Dene tribe on the western side of the country in the desert. Right. Okay, the Denes, for people that don't know, this name, Navajo. Mm-hmm. We can't use Navajo. It's derogatory. That's the white people's name for it. Their name is Dene. But anyway, so it's a human that ends up becoming basically a bad witch, right? And not the sexy kind of bad witch, like, ooh, bad witch, but like a bad witch,
Like the Hansel and Gretel ugly fucking witch.
Yes. Yeah, the bad witch. Which is interesting that you mentioned that, but that's because of the next movie we're doing. Anyway. So it's a human that they end up doing bad things. They do like a huge sacrifice in order to get these powers, and the power that they receive is that they can shapeshift into an animal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's certain rules with that. They have to either A, have the animal captured, or at minimum have the pelt of the animal that they can turn into. Key word there, animal. So unless these skinwalkers, right, these douchies are skinning pale crawlers and using their pelt to transform into them, that's not what a skinwalker is. A skinwalker is an animal that, and you would know that you're encountering it because it's just fucking weird. It's like a coyote that acts fucking weird, and seems a little too aware, or a deer that acts fucking weird and seems a little too aware and does strange things. That's why at Skinwalker Ranch, one of the big reasons it gets that name is the story of there was this random, like a wolf dog that came onto the property, and they shot it a couple times and nothing happened, and it did a bunch of weird shit and left. That's more like a skinwalker. Skinwalker is not this weird pale crawler creature. Another reason why it's not a skinwalker, and this is very, very, very important, and this is why the skinwalker can't come for me, is because there's an area between the 4 states out there in the West called the 4 Sacred Mountains. Okay, it's Arizona and whatever the other states are around it, Colorado or whatever they are. I'm not
Utah.
Yeah, the 4 areas.
Mm-hmm.
If a skinwalker leaves that area, the 4 Sacred Mountains give it its power. It doesn't have its power anymore.
I didn't know that all these years, and that's something new to me.
Yep. You cannot see a skinwalker in Ohio. You can't.
Wow.
You can't.
Okay.
Not a Dene skinwalker, anyway. That's not to say that other tribes and other cultures and other things don't have these shape-shifting witch people either.
Mm-hmm.
They certainly can, but when it comes to that very specific creature that we're talking about, yeah, you can't see it in any other state. It's not possible.
Okay.
They don't have the power. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're gonna go with this, culture as a fact, at least respect the shit out of it enough to know what the facts are.
Okay.
So that is my spiel on why these things are not skinned, and they're being seen everywhere else. And like I said, unless they're skinning the pale crawlers, and I suppose they could if they got a hold of one, but that'd be pretty crazy. That's like them being a Bigfoot, also. Like that's
right.
Pretty crazy, But whatever. So that's why it's not that. Skinwalker is just a strange animal,
But doesn't it sound like, from the description, like that would be a great name for it?
It does, right? It does. No, I agree, and especially now that like it's kind of been tied up in that for so long, people, that's what they envision a skinwalker is.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of will use that term for like any strange, unexplained thing with any real name to it. But pale crawler did not, or crawler for short. Some people just call it crawler.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't really picked up in popularity. And we're going to talk about the other term next that everybody hates. I mean, you should hate it.
Yeah.
So, but first, I do want to mention, I also saw this thing referenced as a flesh gate.
Flesh gate?
Yeah, the pale crawler. Some people call it a flesh gate.
Okay.
And it took me a really embarrassingly long time to understand.
It sounds more like an object than a thing.
Flesh gate. Yeah, flesh, and then gate as in your walk. Gait.
Oh, okay.
And
wow.
I was like,
flesh walker makes more sense.
well, listen, it's because people think that you can't use the name Skinwalker, and they get super creative with the names, and Fleshgate comes directly from Skinwalker. It's a safe term for Skinwalker, right? Skin, flesh, walker, gate, Fleshgate.
Skinwalker's a safe term for skinwalker.
Right, because it's the white person term. I know, and they don't get it. I know. Don't get me started on that. Bullshit. That's right. Skinwalker is not the real name that the Native Americans call it, guys.
Right.
You're fine. But so don't make up dumb shit like Fleshgate or Walkie Boys or Skin Guys, or just stop it.
Right. Like, Chief Running Wild Wolf Pack is not calling something a skinwalker. I don't mean to like offend anybody, but like, come on now.
I'm gonna call it skin rubber. Just because if we're making up goofy fucking names, we might as well.
Right.
Talking about being disrespectful. Oh, jeez. But that's more of a jab at the people that say stupid shit like flesh.
Right, exactly.
Skin rubber. Make up our own creature. So, getting into the next thing. Why it's not, quote, the rake.
Because the rake doesn't exist.
Because the rake is not real. And speaking of stupid fucking names, what a stupid fucking name. I mean, really, who's afraid of garden tools? You know? Well, let me get into the facts of the rake, because there are people, there's people that have come on my show and shared their encounters or have come to me and said, hey, I saw a rake. And I just want to disclose this up front. I'm not calling you a silly dumbass.
No. Because some people don't know like where the rake came from.
Right. You don't know what you don't know, right? I'm not saying that you're stupid. I'm not insulting you. I'm not saying that you didn't see what you saw. We're going to talk about why people now think that the rake is real, but the rake is not real. And how do we know it's not real? It's because we have seen the creation of this thing over time. So this is where the waters get muddy, and a lot of people in cryptozoology don't take pill crawler sightings seriously because of this creature. So the rake originated on 4chan's B board in 2005. For people that don't know what B is, or what 4chan is, I don't know how you're this old and you don't know what 4chan is. It's just basically a messaging board, and B was kind of a free-for-all. You can kind of post whatever you wanted on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was massive. Tons of people would visit it daily. But basically it started because there was a thread posted with a prompt to create a new monster. And what they all collectively ended up coming up with was this small in stature, super skinny, super pale, humanoid creature with long legs, long limbs, long fingers that had a taste for human flesh. Which, again, looking back at the history, if we're taking into account things like ghouls, things like wendigos, things like Ben, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't know that already existed,
Why do the two main creepypastas that I know of, which would be the Rake and Slenderman, they have the same description?
Slenderman is basically the same thing as the Rake, except he's taller and he also has tentacles and he dresses nice.
Right. But pale, long legs, long fingers.
Right. Gray in color. Weird kind of, no descriptive face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Takes children.
Yeah. Why does Slenderman dress so nice? What's he prepared for?
I don't know.
He is ready for a job interview anytime.
He's ready for a funeral, I guess.
That's better than job interview, I suppose. But it's just so ridiculous. He is creepy. It is creepy. And then he's in a fucking business suit and tie.
Right.
And it's okay.
It's like they made Lurch extremely creepy.
He's ready for business. He's conducting business at the playground. It's just so silly. But yeah, B basically created it. And then in 2006, a gentleman by the name of Brian Somerville would write a creepypasta about the creature. And it was very involved. If you don't know what creepypasta is, it's just scary stories that people write on the internet.
That aren't real.
Yeah, they're kind of found footage stories, though. You know what I mean? So found footage movies, we know they're not real, but you're oh, maybe it's real.
Right.
They're like that because they portray themselves as real, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the horror.
Right.
But he creates this creepypasta about that specific creature, the Rake, and the story exploded. Somebody, and I think it may have been Brian, somebody actually created a website where people could report their rake encounters. And the reason why this is bad is because if you know anything about the internet, and I think you do because you're here, it's filled with trolls.
Yes.
So most of these encounters were probably not real. At one point in time, we covered, when I did the spin-off shows on the podcast, we talked about This Man. Do you remember This Man?
What show was it?
That was, I think, Searching for Strange, where we covered, specifically strange internet stories. So we talked about This Man, which is a poster that goes around. If you Google This Man, there's a poster that says, "Have you seen this man?"
No, I don't remember that one. But I'm going to be honest with you. I probably listened, but
It was a long time ago.
some of your co-hosts were not very entertaining.
And I'm starting to wonder. Oh, that one was good. It was Jimothy Strange was the co-host, and he was fantastic. But
Maybe I didn't hear it then.
well, and I may not have released it. I'll be honest with you. Maybe I didn't put it out there. But the This Man phenomena. There's a whole website dedicated to it where it says that there's a psychologist who his patients report seeing this man all the time in their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And the website wants to collect stories about this man and have, encounters. Now, you can go on the website. I think it's thisman.com or something. And you can go on the website and you can read people's experiences with this man in their dreams. And it's like...
I know the story, but I don't remember hearing it from you.
That's fair. I mean, like I said, we may not have released it.
Right.
There was a lot of those episodes that never got released. Unfortunately, they were great, but God, me and Eddie the Axe did the Hat Man.
Mm-hmm.
I never put it out there, and it's gone forever. So sad because that was a damn good episode. Anyway, so when you read the testimonials about this man on the website, some of them are like really ridiculous. Like obviously, it's funny, it's fun, but like some of them are like, oh, he's a fantastic lover,
Right.
That's what this rake website pretty much ended up being. But your problem then is that as the internet continues to grow, because again, we're talking 2005, and as people start to see things, and when they go to Google these things, what they're going to come across is something like, well, the rake. Because it's popular. And so they don't understand that the creature that they saw, we're supposed to be calling it pale crawler. They think it's called the rake. And that's what they report seeing. I think these are people with genuine encounters.
Oh, yeah.
With whatever the fuck this thing is. But, you're confusing it. And so when you call it the rake...
It's getting, put in a different category.
Yeah, it looks silly and it looks made up, and it, we as researchers and investigators, we have a bias, and we're like, oh God, here we go. I hate to say it that way, but that is what we think. Oh, okay, yeah, you saw the rake, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you did genuinely see something. So it's really important that we kind of divorce ourselves from this name.
Well, a good example of the name, being totally different scenarios is, and a lot of people won't know this. Remember years ago when we had the clubhouse?
Okay, yeah.
And you guys did the meeting. It was originally supposed to be pale crawlers, but then they advertised it as the rake. So he had to change up your whole fucking story by the time you got to the episode.
Really?
You remember that?
No, I don't remember that. Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah. Because me and you talked about it beforehand. You're like, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's supposed to be about pale crawlers, and then they, advertised a rake.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't really know anything about gardening.
Right, exactly. Because the advertisement was, legitimate, a picture of a rake. Like a utensil.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I miss the clubhouse days, though.
Right?
Wow. I feel like maybe I kind of remember that, but maybe we were doing clubhouse, multiple times a week.
Yeah, this was a big one, though, because we had, a month to prepare for it.
Was it one of the all-women ones?
No, it was one that Greg did.
It's a Greg one. Wow. Unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is, but people recognize that. Oh, the rake, I know that. That's real.
Right.
That's not real. But again, that it takes away from genuine witnesses, and I think that's not fair.
Mhm.
Because I do believe that people are seeing something. I've had so many reports of people seeing this thing. A lot of times people are seeing it on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, seeing it on the side of the road, normally either hunting an animal or eating an animal or something. Um, there are people who have seen it at graveyards. There's a video of, and I don't know, the videos are interesting because a lot of people say, well, it's just CGI, but there's a lot
Mhm.
of fucking videos of this thing, allegedly.
Yeah.
Like more than Bigfoot,
Oh
more
yeah.
than any of these creatures.
And
And
they're
maybe
not blurry.
they're not blurry, right? They're very clear, but at the same time, maybe it is CGI. I don't know.
All of them though?
I don't know. Well, there's one that's really compelling, and it's these people. They're at a cemetery, or they're right outside the cemetery. I don't know where exactly they are in relation to the cemetery, but they're sitting in a car, and
Mhm.
they're videoing this thing in broad fucking daylight, digging up a grave.
Okay.
Like it's digging up the grave, and eventually it just ends, and they just leave, and it's fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that video. To me, it seems genuine. I've never spoken to the people that took it to kind of get more information. I don't know. Could have been a crazy person digging up the grave, and it's taken out of context, and we ship it all over now as something weird. Uh,
Right.
it's hard to tell because it is from a distance, but definitely something is there digging up the grave. Something that's human shaped.
Hmm.
So it's not like a dog or anything. Like it's definitely something. There's another video that I really like. It is a young boy in the woods. We know it's a young boy in the woods, not because we can see him, but because his voice obviously sounds like a young boy.
Okay.
And he comes upon this thing that we can kind of see in the distance. He's making a video because he has just made like a little clubhouse out in the woods. And he's showing, this is my clubhouse. This is what it is. And he pans over to the side, and then we kind of see something white. And what's interesting is what he says before we can get a good view of it. He goes, "Is that a cow?"
Oh wow.
And all of a sudden, this thing starts charging after him, and
Hmm.
he runs off. Now, again, maybe it's fake, right? Maybe the kid made it with his friends in a morph suit thing that's white. It didn't look like that, or maybe he's good at CGI and he made it. But it just like why would you why would you think it was a cow? Why would you say that?
Right.
Why would you say is it a cow?
Like
Why not?
you remember the video of John in a morph suit in my driveway? Like that doesn't look like a cow.
It does not look like a cow, right? It looks nothing like a cow. Yeah, it's horrifying, And then there's another one that I really like. Also, it's a guy is on the phone with somebody, and there's this creature in his backyard, and man, if this is fake, like it's some of the best fucking acting I've ever seen in my entire life. And he's calling somebody, and he's saying it's back, the thing is back. He's taking a video of it, and the guy on the phone starts like fucking like full on praying,
Mm-hmm.
like praying, and they're watching this thing, and it's kind of watching them. He doesn't go out there at all, and eventually it just kind of ends, and it's horrifying.
Yeah.
It's a really horrifying video, and those are just my favorites of these that I think that there's some validity to, but that's just my personal opinion. It's not based off of any professional analysis whatsoever.
There's
Uh,
a couple of them on um paranormal caught on camera, which I don't know. Like yeah, maybe like a couple of the ones that are on the side of the road seem more real than the videos that I've seen like in the people's barns and stuff.
yeah.
Creepy as shit, all of them, no matter what. But there was one story that I heard on Monsters Among Us where the people call in their experiences, and it was a soldier that was stationed in the desert and basically was like terrified because he saw a pale crawler.
Wow.
That one I kind of believe, like a lot more than the videos that I've seen.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
I tried to look up what episode it was. There's no way in hell I could find that episode because they're all like call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what they do, right? Is all call-in shows. There's one where allegedly like a park ranger got fired because he saw one of these or something and reported it. There's so many out there. There's whole like Reddit threads, groups or whatever, just based off of pale crawler sightings.
Yeah.
There's whole discords just based off of pale crawler sightings. I mean, this is a massive topic. And even if 99% of them are fake, that leaves 1% that isn't.
And it might not sound like a lot, but with like how many there actually is, 1%'s a lot.
1%'s a lot. So I don't know. I just can't. I want to just put this down and be like, obviously it's fake. We have a track record of the internet and blah blah blah. But I just
No.
in my bones that doesn't feel right to say.
I think I've heard stories like before the internet was even a thing about pale crawler sightings.
Yeah, and
like people's grandparents told, you know what I mean? Like,
and we just didn't have a word for it,
right?
At the time, and so I think that's that it suffers from that. It's just I saw something fucking weird, and this is what it is. I mean, this creature, whatever it is, I mean, it's inspired a ton of other creatures. The creatures from The Descent.
Oh yeah.
And that's another thing too. People say, "Oh, they live in caves," and I think that probably does come directly from that film. So I mean, I don't think that that's canon at all in the real life of pale crawlers, but that inspiration comes from somewhere. Even traditional vampires that looked horrifying. Vampires were always sexy. They looked very much like this. Especially when they haven't fed. I mean, this image comes from somewhere. It comes from something.
Right.
And maybe it's misidentification. Maybe they're just all a bunch of baby moose.
Some strange baby moose.
Or, but it's something, right? People are, like I said, people are seeing
right
something, whatever that is. And, are these sightings happening now in higher volumes because it's kind of an egregore type of situation where people are creating them mentally because the phenomena is a trickster entity and it forms itself as to look however it wants to, and it's showing people as a pale crawler. I don't know. I'm looking at baby moose now because I think it's been a while since I looked at one. No, I mean they're cute. They don't look scary.
They don't look like Gollum.
No, they got long legs, but they do kind of have watermelon-shaped heads. Their legs are so long. Oh, they're adorable. Those aren't scary.
Right? Until it's chasing you.
I would open my arms to a baby moose.
Yeah, but then the mom's got to be somewhere by.
Like, come on in.
It's like a bear situation, but scarier.
Yeah, I mean, is it fair that I could say that, like, this I believe in, but, like, Mokele Mimbe don't? Like, it's not, I guess, but...
I believe in this. I don't know what it is. I can't give you an opinion on what I think it is, but I believe there's something.
Yeah, and I don't know why that is. I don't know why I feel so strongly about it, but I do. I don't know, just because it's the stuff of nightmares, I guess.
Yep. And I believe that shit.
Real horrifying, right? I'd rather believe it and be prepared than to not. If I ran into one. As far as we know.
Are you really going to be prepared either way? Like,
well, as far as I know, one's never killed anybody, or at least it's never admitted to killing anybody.
People have interviewed them.
Yeah, the police and stuff. They asked them questions, and they were cleared of all charges. So,
oh Lord, I think you're more likely to crash your car after seeing one on the side of the road and dying that way than actually being killed by one.
I think it likes to eat. It's like a scavenger. I think it likes to eat dead things.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it's not necessarily that it wants to kill you, but it wants you to get the fuck away from its meal.
Yeah.
It's my opinion.
I could see that. If I got food on the counter, I'm like, get the fuck off my food, man.
Right, get out of here. I'll be looking at my shit.
My dog, get away.
Right, fuck. So, I mean, I think we can all relate to that. Just saying. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have, I guess, much more to say about it. You got something you want to add?
No, I mean, you did a really good job of telling everybody what it's not, but we have no idea what it is.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all we can do.
Right.
I mean, there's, I don't. I mean, we would just rule out the possibilities until we're left with still nothing. But
It scares me. And like the things that scare me are all humanoid shapes. So I'm pretty sure people just scare me.
oh yeah, just humans.
Right. But like the pale crawler, anything with the word man behind it, wild man, dog man, goat man, fucking terrifying.
What about the big man? We talked about him.
Pig. Oh yeah, I don't want that thing chasing me in the woods. That's definitely a serial killer. Like,
get out of here, pig man.
Right. That's horrifying. Like anything like humanoid shaped is like creepy as shit to me.
Yeah.
And then if it like transforms and gets on all fours and chases you after it's in a humanoid shape, yeah, I'm just done. I'm done.
I gotta get out of here.
There's no way I'm running faster than that if it gets on all fours. Like I'm gonna die with energy.
That's fine. Die with some dignity, I guess. Stand your ground at least.
Oh, I mean, I'll be pissing in the ground I'm standing in, but yeah, I'm not gonna start running.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is, it's scary. It's scary as shit, man. I don't want to encounter it.
No.
Like, I'm all the way good on that, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you seen one of these? I bet you have. Like I said, I get more reports about this thing than anything else.
I believe that.
I mean, it is... It's like the definitive creature. I don't know. And again, are all those reports real? I have no idea. It's not up to me to tell you what's real and what's not.
I live in the woods. Like, I have a cabin in the woods. Like, anywhere I go around here, I'm in the fucking woods.
Yeah, it's ready for you to come out and
I have to make sure I walk in front of, like, the security light outside when I go outside the smoke at night because I hear shit all the time. And I know it's deer because there's deer everywhere and it likes to eat all my freaking flowers. But, like, still, oh my god, I almost pissed myself one night. I went outside, there's a deer standing right in the driveway, looked straight at me, the lights came on, there's a deer like almost in my face. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, because they can be mean during mating season. They'll fuck you up.
It was terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's another part of it too. I guess we didn't discuss that part of the lore. They mimic things too.
Mm-hmm.
Some people blame the pale crawler on like the mimics in Appalachia and things like that. So you sure it's deer?
No. I thought you were supposed to be making me feel better by the end of this.
Oh yeah, that's right. The internet created it. It's not real, so it's fine.
No, the internet created a rake, not the freaking pale crawlers that sightings go back way before the internet.
I'm trying.
You didn't make me feel better. I know this story.
Just don't keep like dead animals on your property. You'll be fine.
Oh god.
Or dead people.
Check the graveyards of all of our like farm animals and stuff and make sure they're still there.
Yeah, you got to bury them like way out now, like way out there. If you don't already.
No, they're
not. Bury your
far.
farm animals on the property?
The ones that like pass away when they're little that like don't make it through the heat or the winter, There's not a lot. There's only been a couple that got really sick.
Because you've had your biggest ones? What, cow or pigs?
Cow. One of the cows died, but it wasn't. It was a baby still.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It was very sad. He was so cute.
And you were like, well, no more cows.
Yeah, one of them lived though.
Well, but you don't still have it.
No, it was a fair project.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's tough. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
What do you have? What all animals do you have right now?
We have 5 pygmy goats right now. Those are our
dogs
pets.
and cats, right?
Oh, we got 1 barn cat, and we got Cooper, our dog.
Oh, okay. You don't have that many now, then, I guess.
No, and the goats are just our pets. They're not for anything. The kids are out of 4-H now, so we don't have any like 4-H animals. But Eva bought a house and she's getting married, so she's gonna take the goats soon, and I want a Highlander cow,
Ooh,
so I
nice.
can like
Fancy.
flick its hair over like Justin Bieber and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can braid it and stuff if you want.
Yeah.
Make it like a Viking.
Yes, that's
The
what I
Viking
want.
braids.
Ain't nothing gonna fuck with me when I got a Viking in the barn.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, make it loyal. Cows are sweet, man. They can be loyal as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And so, let that pill crawler come over with your Highland cow.
Right. You're like, fuck with me and my cow.
I love that. I'm sad about your goats. Goats are hilarious.
The girls are really good. The babies are okay, right? I mean, they're not babies anymore. They're like a year and a half old. But the dad, man, that's the smelliest fucking animal I've ever been around in my life.
Yeah, they're really disgusting.
Yeah.
But
Like, and if it's hot outside and a little breeze comes, oh, you can smell goat for fucking miles.
like, oh no.
It's so bad.
Driving up to your house and you're like a mile away and you're like, oh, there it is. I'm
Mhm.
close.
And like, if you go to the barn to feed them, like, even if you don't touch them, you have to shower when you get done because you just smell like musty goat.
Musty goat. Oh my god.
Well, like, they're pygmy, so like he pees on his beard,
Yeah.
and even if you like bathe him, he's still just gonna pee right back on his beard. So there's no fucking point. You know what I mean?
But the girls don't. I guess they wouldn't pee on their beard. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the girls are good. The girls are really good.
Oh my god.
And the twins, they're boys, so they're probably gonna end up smelling like crap too. But right now, they're still good.
But they won't be your problem.
Right, and it's weird because like, I don't know, the dad Sancho, he's freaking huge,
Oh.
and he's a pygmy, so he's like really short, but he's a huge goat. But the boys are just like slender and energetic still.
Well, when do they stop growing?
I don't know, but Sancho, he's just a horny little bastard. He's just like, we let the girls out all the time to walk around when we're like feeding and stuff, and they just stick their bums right up to the fence, and Sancho tries to do his thing.
Well, so they're horny fuckers too. The
Just
girls.
one. The one doesn't want anything to do with it, but the other one's a little whore. We got her from city, so she's a little whore. Yeah, Penny. She's a stripper.
She's a stripper. She's a goat stripper.
Yeah, and she's a bitch too because she had these twins and didn't want anything to do with it. That's why they lived inside my house for 4 months and needed bottle fed.
Gosh.
So she's a little bitch whore, okay?
The drama.
Sticking her butt on the fence wanting more, and I'm like, oh no.
Hell no. But you don't take care of the kids you got.
Right, exactly.
Oh man. Like I said, the drama at your house. We gotta talk more about your house drama with your animals. Good content right there.
I keep telling Brandon, I'm like, you need to make TikTok videos because you would be famous. People love you.
With the goats and shit.
With
the animals.
anything. Like people, you know Brandon. People just love Brandon.
Yeah, he's got a great personality.
Something about him just like draws people in.
Yeah. He should do that.
Right.
There's this one lady that I watch, this black lady who, like, I can't remember her name, and she's got a farm.
Uh-huh.
And the first video I ever saw of her, she's like freaking out because her one goat had a baby. It was her first farm animal, and it was her goat, and it had a baby, and it was the best video I've ever seen in my life. She's like, "Oh my god, you had a baby! Oh my god, look at the baby!" She's like losing her. She's crying. I'm like, I love this.
Brandon actually had to like pull the fucking babies out of the goat, like come home from work and pull the babies out because it was in labor, but one of them was stuck. The first one was stuck, and the vet was like hours away. And by the time the vet got there, Brandon was like on the ground in the barn because he already delivered 2 baby goats.
That's like high five.
Right?
Nice job. Man, that sounds like a lot. Didn't you used to have a big dog?
Oh, Hank, yeah. That was my buddy. I loved Hank.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, I thought you had a big dog. Maybe,
But big dogs don't last long.
they don't. They're really, it is tough. They just don't have that longevity. Their bodies aren't built for it.
Now we have we had the biggest dog ever. Now we went to the smallest dog
Yeah.
ever. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And this Hank, we used to be able to plan everything in the yard because no animals would come down here because they're all afraid of Hank and they didn't know when he was going to come out. For years, no animals would come in our yard. Now it's we got this little stupid thing and he barks and chases them, but they're just like,
Whatever, fuck you.
where'd that dinosaur go?
Anyway, well, now that we're talking about your personal life,
Yeah. Get to know Cassie hour.
yeah, right. The Cassie Power Hour. It's time for that. But there you go, guys. Now you know. Cassie's got some farm animals. She's had others.
Yeah. We've had pigs, we've had chickens, we have goats, we have horses.
I'm surprised you don't have chickens now.
When we get rid of the goats, we'll get them. We just need we need a chicken coop. And right now there's so much to deal with because we don't have a fence. So when we let them out, you actually have to walk with them everywhere to make sure they don't go crazy.
I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, oh, just walking my chickens.
Oh yeah, you should have saw us when we had the sheep and we let them out and one of them would run away. We'd all be running down the street after a fucking sheep. Look like the crazy Beverly Hillbillies.
I'm surprised the goats do good. Usually they're very,
Well,
feral.
the pygmies, they're loyal. They stay by you. If they can't see you, they're looking for you. They don't go far.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sheep just did not give a fuck. It's like, I'm not here.
You're trying to, you're literally rodeo style, trying to wrangle this sheep to get it back up the driveway. It, takes off down the road. You're chasing the sheep. Up and down the road.
I
And
love
then,
it.
Brandon's friend, his daughter had sheep, and he lives on a main road. He's chasing the sheep up the fucking highway. Sheeps are crazy.
But they're cute,
Yeah, I guess.
I guess.
But they're a lot of maintenance too. You have no idea how much maintenance an animal is until you a farm animal is until you get it because you have to give them haircuts, shave them, bathe them, clip their horns, clip their hoof. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the vet will give you shots, but you got to give these animals the shot, and you got to make sure they don't fucking kick you, they don't bite you, it gets in all the way before they move.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised you don't. I mean, chickens are so low maintenance compared to.
A fun fact about Cassie: I am afraid of birds. So,
Really? I didn't know that.
yeah, I was chased at the duck pond when I was little by a swan, and I just don't like birds.
I mean, yeah.
It was kind of terrifying because those things are huge,
Makes sense.
and you're little, and it's chasing you.
You're like, oh no, it's coming for me. They'll fuck you up, man. Some birds,
yeah.
that's
But I mean, I'm not against it. My brother has a bunch of egg chickens and a bunch of meat chickens. I'm definitely not against it. And Brandon wants chickens, so that'll be our next step.
I'd have egg chickens if I could. We can't have them here.
Yeah,
Some
meat
places,
chickens are a lot of work.
I don't mean because I live in an apartment, just like my city. They won't,
Right.
They won't.
Well, a
let
lot
them.
of if we lived in the town, if we lived I don't know 10 feet from where we live now, we couldn't have animals.
What? Well,
Yeah, we're outside of the town, so we can have whatever we want.
Well, yeah, it's probably a good thing. I'd have all the animals, so I get
It's
it. I
expensive.
suppose. I like them all. I've had some weird ones. I've never had any farm animals though, so
Come here and try it if you want.
come check it out. Yeah.
My favorite new show on YouTube is the Matt Matthews, when he brings celebrities to his farm and makes them do the farm chores.
And they're miserable.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't like
He
that.
got a lot of animals.
That's for sure. You can rent horse. I mean, I think you can do that anywhere, but you can rent horses and it's your horse. You can buy a horse, but keep it at someone else's stable,
Mm-hmm.
and then they do all the work. And I think that's pretty neat.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, if we want to tie all this into pale crawlers, I mean, I'll know if there's one on my property because there'll be a goat missing.
That's true. But
Mhm.
wouldn't that be a chupacabra instead?
I mean, it would be.
Yeah, technically. I mean, that's what it means. Goat sucker.
Yeah, but we're not in like Mexico or Texas or Puerto
That's
Rico,
true. We just get the mangy dog kind.
right? Somebody smuggled a chupacabra across the border,
Well, I'll be praying that you don't get hit by the skin rubber at your,
right?
at your residence. You have to let us know if you come across one.
I
But
will.
especially after saying all the words this whole episode, I've probably doomed you to terribleness. I'm sorry.
Right? My luck, I'm gonna go out and I'll think it's a skin rubber, but it's really a knot deer, and I'll be all fucked up.
Damn it. Not this. Not this bullshit. Where's the skin rubber?
Right?
He's like, I'm over here with this rubbing his skin.
Put the lotion on the skin.
I'm rubbing it. Then you gotta play that song, Rub One Out, remember?
Hey, together.
All right, this is goofy now. It is gone way past its prime. We're gonna go ahead and
We just
call
wanted to give you 2 hours. We're trying.
trying, yeah, trying to stretch it out. I suppose I could have read some encounters, but you guys can do that on your own. They're fucking everywhere. They're everywhere on the internet. Hundreds and thousands of YouTube videos about this subject and YouTube videos allegedly of these creatures. What do you guys think? Tell us in our
If you want, like, find your favorite one and post it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And I'll try to find the videos that I talked about and post them in the description or post them on the Facebook page. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling about it. So
I'm pretty sure that this month's meetup, the drawing's going to be of a pale crawler.
oh, really? A little teaser.
It's going to be a skin rubber.
Perfect.
Right?
The mantis cuck in the background.
I tried to put that in the last one, and I'm just like, I can't do it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. People probably do want to hang these up in their homes.
Even though how bad I want to do it, I couldn't do it.
We'll save it for special occasions.
Mm-hmm.
The skin rubber. Anyway, but yeah, let us know what you guys think. Interact with us again. Join the Patreon, and we'll see you back here.
Whoa, no, hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
hold on.
We have to tell them to submit their stories to
Right.
SubmitWeird@gmail.com.
SubmitWeird@gmail.com. Have you seen a pale crawler? You probably have. I'm pretty sure that there are stories in the inbox right now about pale crawlers.
Yeah.
So definitely share those with us. That'll be coming out soon. I'm hoping that we can get that episode out in August. So help fill it up, guys. SubmitWeird@gmail.com. And on that note, we'll see you guys back here next Wednesday.
Bye.